Those on the commission went back and forth for around an hour last week discussing how to preserve historical sites in Jamestown. Commission member and principal planner for the city, Ellen Shadell, pushed to create a new ordinance that would make people have to turn over their property if it was deemed to be historically valuable. She cited multiple examples of old Jamestown buildings and homes that had been torn down and replaced with parking lots in support of her argument.
If there had been an LPO back in the day when they were, raising Brooklyn Square, maybe there still would be a Roosevelt Theater and there wouldn't be a drugstore drive-through there anymore.
She also voiced her opinion that these renovations didn't help the quality of Jamestown. However, Commission member Mike Lauren took a different stance.
In general, I would like to see the ordinance written as if it was purely voluntary. And I think someone has, in order to be part of the historical or have your house on the historical preservation or under that umbrella, that the property owner has to voluntarily do that. I'm okay with it not being an ordinance, though.
History teacher, commission member, and city councilman Thomas Nelson seemed to take up the role of intermediary in the conflict.
I love the idea of preserving some of these buildings, which I would consider a treasure. But you got to balance, the business needs of the city with trying to preserve some of those treasures.
According to federal historic tax credit data that was presented by Shadell, preservation efforts in New York State created 8,600 jobs and generated $151 million in 2019. Shadell says an issue for the city is when a property owner buys a historic building and then lets the structure fall into disrepair. Over time, she says that becomes unusable and feels there must be a regulation to help prevent the scenario. She suggested a $1,000 fine and a year in jail for people who don't follow historical preservation landmark zoning laws, something that other board members seem to disagree with.
I bet those punishments exist for other zoning laws, but I don't know of anyone that's ever been, prosecuted for that.
In the end, the group decided to create some sort of regulatory commission and form a rule set to help preserve the area's history. Jason Ruttman, WNY News Now.